we've seen some struggles in the past with supply side and sourcing qualified candidates in healthcare and just keeping that flow of candidates steady. So can you kind of explain how some of those struggles can be addressed?
The way that where we see this in the market is the struggle comes from turnover. So people that might already have worked for the system, for the facility, and they're no longer working for them. So whether they retired, whether they've left the workforce, whether they've just decided to work somewhere else, from our standpoint, it's all about churn. So like, how do you lower the churn? How do you make an experience that's so good for the talent that they want to stay working with you and working within your ecosystem? So we think there's a lot of ways to do that. Number one, I think Eric would agree on this, it's like technology. So technological solutions, meeting the candidates where they are. It's not 30 years ago where you could do things by paper anymore. That's done. Like, it has to be easier than that. Multiple duplicative entry of systems, like they have to enter in 4 different systems to enter time, getting approval, getting paid, delayed approvals. All those things add friction to where people these candidates, they don't want to work in these facilities any longer and they want to go somewhere else. And they'll go to another vendor who has a better deal or maybe a better price. And a lot of times I think that shows up in the increased pay rates. So, and increased bill rates on top of that. So we believe firmly that it really starts with a lot of turnover, and there's a lot of ways to address that. Float pools, there's direct sourcing, there's just expanding the supplier base, working with more suppliers. And like, how can you have people that are keeping the people that you work with before in your system to continue working? And we believe that that's one of the primary drivers of it. And then another thing is just expanding supply base. Like, where can you go to find candidates? And sometimes it's going to be non-traditional, like newer suppliers that maybe you haven't worked with before, giving them a chance. And we say that all the time. We see smaller suppliers getting in the door with large systems because these healthcare systems are out of options. And so they'll take a chance. And so that's what we see is like, if you can keep people in the door, you're not going to have to raise the rates and then increasing your supply by going probably non-traditional methods.